about digital financial inclusion. So I will implore you all to listen and learn. Thank you.
Thank you all. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, we're happy to be here today as Spectra Commercial Bank. We're happy to be here as yourselves. You have in your hands some regalia brought from us, our magazine and some promo items. This is supposed to let you understand a bit more about what the bank is about. Now, this is a bank that is a Sierra Leonean-owned bank. It's a bank that is run by Sierra Leoneans, managed by Sierra Leoneans. It is your bank. So we have to be able to ensure and demonstrate to the wider world that we're made of standard stuff, the stuff that will take you further and further. We'll look at bank with a global reach, and everything we do is done, is designed, developed, disseminated within Sierra Leone. So it's an entire Sierra Leone package, and we're pushing out a bank that is really a modern bank, that's really a futuristic bank, that's a profitable bank, and most of all, it's a bank that you all should have accounts in and be proud of. Today, I want to bring a bit of some, I won't say some academic discourse into this, but I want to just take you through the journey of banking, a very short, succinct way for you to understand a bit more what is financial inclusion, what is banking, what are things like financial debt, financial literacy, and why you should have accounts. I also want to bring you forward to understand why banking is changing these days and why digital banking is becoming the norm. All right, you see we have that's our mobile and online banking package, and with that you can do your banking anywhere in the world, 24/7, and at the comfort and convenience of your hand, which is your palm, your laptop, your phone, your desktop, whatever it is, anywhere in the world you can do it. So what I want to go about briefly is financial inclusion and financial transformation. So we have some concepts in banking which are derived from the general parlance. So we have what we call digitization and digitalization and financial inclusion. Now these three things, they are not intertwined, right? What is digitization, and what is digitalization, and what is financial inclusion? All right? And as we go, we see, in order to have what we call a financial system, you have to have various pillars to have the financial system to operate. All right? One, you need to have information and allocation of your capital, your resources, the things it takes to develop, to produce. All right? The factor of production. And you have to also understand that you have to monitor these things, manage the risk, mobilize and pull your savings, and you have to be able to have transactions being done with ease. So the essential thing here is how you can allocate your capital and how you can keep it safe. So looking at the possibility of allocating capital, you need to know, first of all, if I ask you here, what is capital? Everybody tell me what is capital?
Money.
Startup.
Yeah.
All right, funds to start up.
Yes.
And what else can be capital again? Is it only startup funds? Initial capital? When you start up, what do the funds become then?
Business, products,
And then
money.
it changes from capital to something else? Comes to your cash at hand, your initial investment, and also your stock at hand. Your capital, that what you also have to help push your business forward. So evaluating investment is costly. It includes collecting information on the project, assessing profitability, writing and enforcing contracts. You see, even going forward, when you open a bank account, they give you something to sign. You just sign. Do you read it? How do you read it? It's small print. That's a contract.
Yeah.
So you're bound by it, but most people don't read the small print because it's taken for granted that that's what the institution wants you to sign. But it's nice to understand how you would understand to know what is in the small print in order for you to be able to move sensibly, just in case you have an encounter with the institution. So when you sign something, it's nice to understand exactly what you've signed. So managing risk. When you put your money, your capital somewhere, you're expecting it to grow.
Yes.
And the risk of it going
Down.
has to be minimized. Okay? So you understand, how do I manage these risks? So financial system will reduce risk associated with individual investment through diversification, which facilitates shifting investment towards riskier, high return projects. Now, what am I talking about the projects? In order to have a project, you have to be able to have a project manager, a financial advisor, and a bank. to keep your money, to manage your transactions, for better accounting, for better regulatory requirements, and most of all, for the investor to see that they have a sane, logical proposal that you're trying to follow through. Now, risky projects could be high returns. Less risky projects could be lower returns. You have to make a decision. Am I going to be risk prone? Or am I going to be risk averse? Even in life, everything you do is a risk. Getting into a car, a keke, you don't know whether that keke driver, the apprentice will just go take the car. Or whether the man will actually allow for driving the keke. But you need to get from point A to point B. So you go with the keke and pray that you reach it next. Sometimes you don't even pray, take for granted that you're going to get there. That's a risk.
Yes.
Alternatively, you want to walk when you can control your own space. But then even the guy who is driving the car can come hit you on the sidewalk.
On the side, yeah.
So that's the risk in life. But you need to be able to manage that risk. All right? By eliminating liquidity risk as transfer resources across time, financial intermediary and stock markets increase investment in illiquid high return, blah, 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 all of these things. Now, I want to take you forward because of time. Transactions. What is the financial sector? When you have the banks, you have the insurance companies, you have the stock markets, you have the microfinance institutions, you have the central bank. They all operate within a sector. It's called the financial sector. They manage the finances, the money, this really capital accumulation. Why is it? This is the financial sector. The financial sector is comprised of all these non-deposit taking institutions, deposit taking institutions, the stock exchange, microfinance. Even now, when you go to your mobile money, there's an aspect that you do lending. Not so? Yeah. When you want to take Orange Money, make a call, you go lend from Orange Money. That is a financial transaction. They're all within the financial sector. Now, within the financial sector, the financial system provides payment services that ease the exchange of goods and services. That's where the digital aspect comes in. In the financial sector, the banking sector is the largest. The banking sector makes up about 70 to 80% of the financial sector in Sierra Leone, the value of the banking sector. Now, within there, we have the digital products that help you to move your goods and services. So if the digital, should I say, muscle of the financial sector is strong enough, you're going to be left in traditional way of doing your business. You write a check, you give it to this person, you go there to pay the check, you walk to the bank, you stand in the queue, you take 30 minutes just to get to the top, take another 10 minutes for them to count your 20 million loans for you before you leave, so on and so forth. But with the digital service, you're going to move it quite easily. Now, in the banking sector, you need financial stability, financial depth, financial efficiency, and financial inclusion. I'll define all of this quickly for you. I'm taking you through banking from a macro perspective, not from the walk into the bank, open the account. That's a simple story. You go to the bank, how do the banks work? I start off a bank. I need to get my capital requirement. Central bank has told me it should be X amount. I tell my reserve requirement Y amount. Then I take money from you. You come and give me 5,000. Keep for me 5,000. I believe in my mind you're not going to ask for 5,000 tomorrow.
Yes.
So now, in my mind, in my account, I have 5,000 loans as my cash in hand. You come and say, I need a loan of 1,000.